This is the reality of fibromyalgia, and it's hard to read, but we need to talk about it. A viewer commented recently that they're basically bedbound. They can stand for only 3 to 5 minutes. Bathing is rare because sitting hurts. Sleeping hurts in every position. Their whole body hurts and their lower back is the worst. They're 25 now, and this started when they were 15. And the heartbreaking part? They feel like it's the end, and they don't have any support at home. I want to respond to this as a coach and as someone who remembers this stage so very clearly, and it is making me a bit emotional to think about it. If you're in this position, I'm treating this as a crisis mode. So in this video, I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to look at 3 steps: hope, support, and information. Just enough to help you make a start. Step 1 is hope. And I don't mean toxic positivity. I mean this: your brain and body need to hear that improvement is possible. Here's the phrase that is going to be your new mantra: I can and I will get better. And better doesn't mean going back to your old life overnight. Better means the next step from where you are now. Walking around the house without having to hold the walls. Getting to the bathroom with less pain. One tiny increase in what you can do. When a dark thought comes in like, I'm finished, I'm weak, this will never change, you answer it with, I can and I will get better. Repeat this often in your mind and out loud, not because you're pretending, but because you're giving your brain direction. And when your head feels heavy from watching TV all day because that's all you can do, here's a gentle reset for you. Grab a pen and paper and doodle a repeating pattern for a few minutes. Nothing artistic, just repetition. Even something as simple as writing a joined up lowercase e, like that. Repetitive pattern drawing has been shown to calm the nervous system. It gives your mind something calmer to sit on. I like to draw little flowers, and I can fill up an entire page with these. So whatever it is for you, try a little bit of doodling to calm your nervous system down. We're not fixing everything. We're calming things down just enough to let hope in. Hope in the form of that phrase, I can and I will get better. Now, in this comment, this person mentioned the family not understanding. And that's common, I'm afraid, painfully common. But right now, if you are in this phase of fibro, don't focus on changing your family. Focus on professional support. And before I list anything, can we do one thing as a community? If you're watching, comment on this video below. You can and you will get better. Let's send some love out to the people who are in this crisis mode. And that one comment reduces isolation for everyone suffering right now. And that really matters. And if you're in that position, write you can and you will get better, and put also I can and I will get better. Now some practical support actions you can take, and I'm going to give you 4 of these, but you can choose whichever feels most comfortable for you right now. Now, this person said they're not actually taking pain medication at the moment because they're concerned about the side effects. So the first option of something you can do right now is contact your pharmacy and ask to speak to the pharmacist. Explain your situation and ask what basic pain support might be appropriate for you. They can guide you through safe over-the-counter options and side effects. Just be aware that anti-inflammatories don't help everyone with fibromyalgia. They didn't help me personally, and many of you have said the same. So it's worth checking with your pharmacist that what you're taking is actually appropriate for fibro pain. So don't keep suffering through this. Try and use the aid of some pain medication to get you through this worst part. The next action you could take is contact your adult social care services at your local council and ask for a needs assessment. Now, this is particularly for UK people, but if you live in other countries, you may have something equivalent in a government agency or a charitable organisation. Once they do the needs assessment, they can provide practical equipment from shower stalls, grab rails, perching stalls, and a walking stick. Small things that can make daily life safer and easier quickly for you. The next possible action is calling your primary care physician or your GP. I know calling them may feel like the last thing you want to do, especially if you felt dismissed and if you're exhausted. But here's what you say. I am mostly bedbound. I can't sit or stand for long. This has been going on for years. I need support to prevent myself getting worse. Can I please be referred to occupational therapy and physiotherapy? In that, you're not asking them to fix everything. You're asking for 2 referrals. And I've put that exact wording in the description below so you can use it. Also, occupational therapists, in my experience, are brilliant for real life strategies. That's their job, helping people cope and function better. And the last option I want to talk about is CBT, which can be a powerful tool at this stage, not because it's in your head and you need psychotherapy, but because CBT helps you rebuild step by step with support. When I had CBT, I set my goal as movement and walking. And CBT helped me go from bedbound to the sofa, to the front door, to the corner shop, which was my particular goal. They help you achieve tiny goals, consistent steps, and real progress. Now pick one of these support actions, just one to start with, and make the call. Take the action. You cannot afford to wait any longer. The third step is information, but gently. Don't fall down a research rabbit hole that can become overwhelming very quickly. Instead, keep yourself mildly informed. Learn a little at a time. When your brain has something constructive to focus on, something like understanding your nervous system, it gives you direction. And direction is powerful. When you shift from I'm stuck to I'm learning, something changes internally. If you want a starting point, watch my nervous system series, one video at a time, and let it sink in. Use it to find one small change you can try. I'll link it at the end of this video. Information can also come from good professionals and conversations where you can ask questions. Often the most impactful information comes from the person sitting in front of you. I want to take a quick moment here to tell you about this channel's community page, which is another way to get gentle information. Any subscriber can post a comment or a question and get a response from me and other Fibro heroes. You can find the community page from the channel homepage, so check it out. There have been some really interesting questions and chats on there already. If you're lying in bed and watching this and thinking, this is the end, from 26 years of living with fibromyalgia, I can tell you clearly, this is not the end. This is a very hard chapter, but it is not the end. You are not weak, you are not alone, and the pain, the fatigue, all you are feeling right now can shift step by step. Start with the phrase, I can and will get better. Doodle when your head is heavy. Pick one action to get professional support and give yourself focus and direction by learning a little more about the condition. If you're in this situation and try these steps, please come back to us and let us know how you're getting on. The nervous system series is linked here, so until next time, take care of yourselves and let's support each other to be well.